What up? What up? Hello, people. Welcome to the Plug Consulting Group, our podcast. I'm Deetrice.
I'm Eric.
It's so nice to be with you. We just wanted to kind of introduce ourselves and let you know that we are going to be on the air every Monday. We're going to pre-record it, and then we're going to list it on all of our social media outlets, and also you can upload it at Buzzsprout as well. Anything that you want to keep.
And we're going to talk about a lot of relatable issues that I think people can relate to, and talk about and feel us on. So we talk about a lot of interesting stuff during the week. So I just feel like people can relate to what we're talking about. It's going to be really interesting.
Well, what you got to talk about, babe?
I want to talk about this corporate world.
This corporate world?
Yeah, because we've been talking about that a lot.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, for many of those that know me from the corporate world, stay tuned for my memoirs, working in corporate America as a black woman. So more to come on that, and then as Boss here say.
Well, let me ask you about this, Jim, because my interest in this is I'm new to it, but at the same time, you've been in it for a long time, and we come from similar backgrounds. Mm-hmm. So from when I'm learning about the corporate world now, how they just discard you at the drop of a hat, it's just like it's interesting, but at the same time, you got to respect them people because of the unity that they have. You know what I mean? If we had it, it'd be a different ball game because we can't control that because we don't have it. But it's interesting to see how it's structured and how it works, because coming from the entrepreneur standpoint and you dealing with them to a point, you know how manipulative they are, mm-hmm. and the stuff they do. Because me and you clash sometimes because of how I handle them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's hard sometimes. So I can imagine what you went through with your walk with them. Just explain to us a little bit about, like, coming from your background, mm-hmm. and dealing with people feeling superior, mm-hmm. you know what I mean, mm-hmm. and having inferior complexes and all type of stuff like that. And you have to fight through that to get to where you are.
Well, great topic. Yeah. And we can go a whole week on this one, but for our time that we have, I will say this, that I just think that the 14 years that I was in corporate America, I would say the thing that just really sticks out to me, that the hurting, the knife to me, right, is people are title hungry. Mm. You know, it's like if everybody wasn't about trying to have a title, I think that it would make it less stressful. Even on a consumer standpoint, it would be less stressful, because sometimes I remember being in, with customers, and my leader would come off as if they're wanting to kind of, as you would say, flex on me, right, to let that person know that they're the person that's in command. And like, and it's like, are we trying to get a sale here, buddy, or we're to sit here and play games. Right. And it's like, to me,
it is like they're playing games, because you actually know more than they know. For real. You know what I mean? And they just don't have no finesse about it. That's what it is. I can say in a lot of occasions that's the case too, but I just think the whole thing is people are just so caught up on titles. And I say, get your money. Nobody is your friend. Do your job and take your ass home. Right. That's just the simplest I can put it. It's like, because people are just so caught up on a title. And people really think that, that puts them in a place of society where they're more superior, even outside of the workplace. They bring that into their homes, that superiority, thinking that they're just something so major and so big because they might hold a little title. Well, let me ask you then, dealing with them from that aspect of it, mm-hmm. now dealing with them as an entrepreneur, you know who you're dealing with, mm-hmm. because these were the people in the front office. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? How do you get through to them now as an entrepreneur? Because you know what mindset you're dealing with now. So how would you go at them? Not as an employer, it is, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you're an employer now yourself, mm-hmm. dealing with that same mindset. So how you break down that wall?
Well, if I would have been on, excuse us, if I would have known what I know now, being on the other side, I think as a customer, the consumer that is trying to buy from someone in these places, in these companies, I would say hold your ground. And I would, because that's kind of like where I'm at with it now too, because now I'm on the other end. I might need their goods or however to do business. And I feel like that now I'm able to speak up and speak my mind, right, and speak more freely to get what I want. Because because now on the other side, I looked at, it was just kind of like mass manipulation where I allow these people to play games with me and dictate to me what I should have and what I shouldn't have. But that's like one of my other problems too, is how are you going to tell me what I can have? I know my worth and what it is I should have. Right. But you're going to tell me what I should have. And then it's like, that's on an employee and on the customer side, because they feel like they can tell you what you can and you can't. And, like I said, I can spend a lot of time on this, but I just...
it comes back to the unity, though, because look at the mindset of the employees when the pandemic hit, and look at what happened to everybody. And everybody, instead of coming together, they just split up. Like, oh, I'm going to sit and wait. Some of y'all was like, I'm going to get on my shit. Mm-hmm. And, handle my business. You know what I mean? So that separated y'all.
Yeah, I would say the pandemic was eye-opening for good or bad. Those who truly got some hustle and get up about themselves, it showed during the pandemic, because they had moved on. We had moved on to doing other things until they issued the pink slip. And then you got some that's kind of still stuck there waiting and hoping and thinking that they're going to get a call back. And it's like, you should... One thing I learned this real early on in life, never ever depend on one stream of income. For real? Never. I don't care if you got to sell lemonade on the weekends. You got to have multiple streams of income, because just look at this whole pandemic. People have been on their job 10, 20, 30 years, and then they were let go, but then they kept some people who, it's always a money thing. Right. The ones higher up, pretty much was, they kind of cut from the fat too, but the ones that had positions where there was someone else in a position that could do the same job, but multiple jobs. But it was all about money too. So it's, it's just different things. But
okay. Yeah. Well, we ain't gonna go too much deeper on that. I'm gonna stir it up something.
Like I said, stay tuned for the memoirs. Just to kind of get back to, like I said, this is an intro, just to tell you a little bit about myself and about Eric. We are engaged. I dated this guy 1993. I met this, started messing around with this guy, put it like this. I've known him all my life, pretty much, it seemed like it. He was my first crush when I was in school, back in the day. And, he just seemed like he was one of those people that probably thought he was just too cool for, a little ugly duckling like myself. Because, I wasn't all filled out back then. But, yeah. But God bless me. But yeah, I met him, started kicking it on him in 93, be honest. We were hooking up. We did have there was some chemistry between us.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, it's just that we just wasn't ready for that next step. So, we just kind of hooked up for a while, and then we went our separate ways. And I had found out maybe about 5 years later that he was in prison, and I hadn't heard from him. And he did 25 years in prison, and we were able to reunite social media.
Got a nigga problems, right? My bad, that was me that time.
Dude, what you drinking?
Nothing yet.
but yeah, we met each other. We hooked back up in 2020, January 2020, and we have been inseparable ever since. And what's meant to be is meant to be, and I know that this is meant to be. So I'm not trying to get sentimental with you or anything, but hey, that's what it is. We're just meant to be.
Yeah, to me, it's all about what you own. We own the same thing, like I always say, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? And it's just about building the future. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a real. That's what we own.
And that's kind of like pretty much what wanted us to start a podcast. We really started this because we want people to see what's life like. There is life after 40, and
and after incarceration.
And after incarceration, this old guy here will be 50 here in a couple months, and
Man, you putting me on blame? I'm saying, say yours. Don't say mine. Just get off.
Okay. Well,
please get off.
Well, let's rewind the tape.
Yeah.
So,
but I ain't mad at it. Okay. It's all good.
So yeah, but just talking about life after 40 and just being me. I was single a long time. I was single for years, and I didn't think that I would find my other half. I had kind of embraced being by myself. If I wanted to date somebody or go on a date, I kind of accepted that in my life. And then, then he comes along and it's kind of like, this is who I was waiting for. I don't know if anybody else can vouch for this, but it's kind of like it was a feeling that I was looking for and that I was able to obtain in him. So just kind of thankful for that. I want to talk about, too, we won't go into a lot of details. He and I just recently had a miscarriage, and just again, after 45 of, what it feel like to be pregnant and expectations and just everything around that. And we want to talk about that. We want to talk about business because we are consulting business. I am actually a business and sales consultant. I can here to assist people with startup business and to maximize revenue for existing businesses, and then for those small boutique hotels that don't have that big money to back them, I'm able to come in and do some training and able to do some developmental research to help grow your business. And then Eric, he'll talk a little bit more about his
and the logistics and my prison consultant I just started.
Mm-hmm.
And a few more things is coming that we won't talk about now, but it's in development stages. And, be a lot of things on the table we'll be talking about real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Real soon. So we always gonna have something to talk about.
Yeah. Sure. But just tell me a little bit about the prison consultant. Just a little bit about it.
Well, my prison consultant mainly is just dealing with people that is entering the system and just helping them transform mentally so they can adapt to what they're getting ready to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I already know the process. I know everything that they're going to be fighting against, and fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
So, just being informative to them. And then the ones that's in there, anyway, I can assist them as well. We got services for that. Because, when you're in there, you need a mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Because your family, they busy living their lives, and and they love you to pieces now. You know what I mean? But you need help because you're fighting for your life at one end, and then you got administration in there that you got to deal with as well as deal with things you got to deal with your loved ones and stuff. So so to speak, you need a mouthpiece in there when it's time to deal with the system.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's basically based on that.
And like he said, we'll get a little more in detail about that throughout other episodes of the show. And then you also can follow us on social media. At the end, I'll give you the website that you can actually find myself or Eric on our website to learn more about what we do. We also have Miss Simi Porte, who actually, she's a makeup consultant. She's a part of the plug. And she's an aspiring, upcoming makeup artist, and she actually specializes in skincare too. So
she got skills.
So you're able to go on the website too as well to book her or talk to her about ordering skincare products. as well. And you can actually follow us there at theplugconsultinggroup.com. That is our website. And then after the show, we actually going to put a link up too, because we're in, a part of the FedEx the FedEx grant for small businesses, and we need your vote. You can vote every day until the 24th. If you're like me, you got 10 and 12 emails. You can vote as many times as you want to in one day. Then you have 24 hours, and you can vote again up until March the 24th. So we certainly hope that you'll support us on that. And then something else too, just to kind of also let you know that we will also, as long as we keep going and we build up our followers, we will be doing affiliate programs, as well as you're able to do sponsorship and advertisement. So more to come on that too as well. And you can actually catch us, like we say, every Monday. We'll upload it on our social media and on our Buzzsprout platform, and it'll also be on YouTube too as well. And you can catch that on Mondays, and it'll be up each week until the new one comes, and then we'll replace it with the latest one. Anything you want to say, hon, before we
That's about a wrap.
That's about a wrap?
That's about a wrap. Okay,
well, we thank you and we appreciate you allowing us to take some of your time. The show will typically be about 30-45 minutes until we get our following up and we start having doing some sponsorship or maybe advertising. So just bear with us and stay tuned. And again, like I said, you can follow us at theplugconsultinggroup.com and then on all of our social media platform, and all of those links will be embedded in this video once it's live. So thank you again for your time. And Eric, anything else to say to sign us off?
Salute and be safe.
Salute and be safe. Straight up.
Whole time I was ready, they was like, hold up, wait a minute. I was like, nah, nigga, let's get it. It's that OVO Halloween gang, you know how I'm rocking already. If you come here, try to take some, there's a lot more where they came from, and it really ain't no thing. I got some up here in this thing. I just dropped a jig in my Red Bull, and it really gave me